Hey guys, MBSC1 again, and this is going to be the second installment of the Archie Stois vs. Yveltal game. Again, Michael on the left with Archie Stois, and me on the right with Yveltal. And I noticed a couple of things actually after my first video. I noticed that when I get really close, you can hear a lot of bass in my voice. So I'm going to try to talk a little bit further away and not use such high and low volumes. But anyway, I'm going first this time, playing rather quickly. I don't know why. I think I was kind of hyped because I lost the first game. I don't really like losing, so I was very interested in kind of playing quickly and doing my best to win as fast as possible. And I get the Hex Maniac in my discard. That's going to be really big actually this game, so but it looks like I'm actually just not going to have a supporter again, unless I'm just holding one for some reason. But I do Compressor away a Juniper, or maybe it was a Sycamore, a Darkness, and a Hex Maniac. So if I draw into a Verse Seeker, that play will allow me to, play a supporter, even though I don't have one at the moment. So Michael, gonna Ultra Ball for a Keldeo here, very standard. Turn one Archie Stois play. Always gotta get those Keldeos out as fast as possible. He's gonna Battle Presser. Getting rid of some regular Archie Stois stuff. Nothing really weird here. I'm just gonna take a quick look at his discard. Make sure that he's not doing nothing suspicious. Yep. And he got the computer search. So yeah, usually if you get the computer search, you have Archies. I don't even know why he's thinking about not getting the computer search here. There's like a very slim chance that you want something besides the computer search in this situation. Wow. Okay. So he actually does not want the computer search. No, he does. I don't know. Weird. That's crazy. That's a really strange play. He either is really bad or is just doing. Maybe he needs to thin more cards out of his hand and like needs specific stuff so that he can play Archies. Yeah, he's got the Verse Seeker. Okay, so that's kind of crazy, but yeah, in that situation, it actually was a better play to discard the computer search. That's kind of ridiculous. That rarely happens, but. Yeah, so this is kind of boring, just me commentating over this game, so I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more about my website. So I know that's been like a pretty popular topic, but I'm really excited about it, and I'm, passionate about it and stuff. So I've been talking to my friend Chris Rodriguez. You may know him from the 4N, 4L team. They're kind of popular in Burbank. It's mostly just Chris Rodriguez posting stuff, and sometimes Andy Hyun. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, honestly. But either way, Chris Rodriguez is looking to buy a comic book shop. And so I was going to base my channel in that comic book shop. So in other words, he was going to kind of promo me through his shop, and like return, I would have his shop be like how you can buy stuff on my site. So kind of like some other sites do, I would have links to buy cards like there are next to lists and stuff like that, or just kind of like a store on the site that you can access, and basically everything you can get on that store would be from Chris's shop. But none of this is like excuse me, none of this is finalized yet. This is all just what we're trying to do and what we're speculating on and stuff, so we're not sure yet, but it looks like it could work out, and we're really excited for it. Now, I hate this play, actually, in hindsight. I really am mad that I did this. I don't know why I did it. I guess I just forgot that, like, you can Evil Ball for enough to knock out this Keldeo, like, very easily. But instead, what I think I was thinking here is that I'm going to try to essentially Quaking Punch the Stern instead of Evil Ball. Because I didn't realize that I could knock out the Keldeo so easily, because I haven't played Yveltal in a long time. But because of that, I attached to the muscle band to the Toad, so that if I get DC, I can Quaking Punch this Keldeo and hopefully get Michael into a hand where he has no supporter, and I can just item lock him so that he can't get a supporter. But I do not hit the DCE here, even after the Shaman that I'm about to play. I remember it distinctly. So, not going to put the Keldeo to sleep either, it looks like. But yeah, it's actually very easy to knock out a Keldeo with 3 energy. So, say I have 2 energy on the Yveltal with Muscle Band right now, and the Keldeo is poisoned, I would do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. So I would do 170, including the Verbank. So if I had just attached that Muscle Band to Yveltal, I actually would have one-shotted the Keldeo this turn, which would have been amazing. But instead, I make this stupid mistake, which may end up costing me the game. But, well, yeah, you see me getting mad at myself for doing that. But anyway, we'll see how I work with it. I think I do have a Dark in my hand, so I'm pretty sure I'm just going to Eagle Ball for now. And then I might be able to finish off that knockout on the next turn with Seismitoad, unless Michael somehow like disrupts that damage. We will see, I guess. Got the Dark Patch so that I can Eagle Ball again next turn. That's very helpful. If I missed that this turn, that actually would have been pretty crucial. Yeah, I'm just going to do a 120, I believe, maybe 140. Oh, 150 with a Verbank. Wow, just 20 off. Just needed that Muscle Band. Michael skimming through his options, just going to attach more water to his bench Keldeo. We found out a better way to record these games. You're not going to have the Pokemon cut off on the left side of Michael's field anymore, and you're going to be able to see his prizes a little better, as well as his discard pile, because I don't know why it took us so long to figure this out, but you can just kind of pull the tripod up higher, and it makes it a lot better for watching the games. So, yeah, that should be improving in the near future. Yeah, I actually recorded a game with him, a best of 3 tonight with Mega Rayquaza, with Bronzong, so it's like Metal Quaza, against Giratina Toad, the list that did well in the something cup. It was like a German tournament. It won the whole thing though. It's the Toad Giratina deck that won the whole thing. I can't remember what it's called, what the actual tournament is called, but anyway, the exact list that won that thing. We faced that against our kind of Metal Quaza brew, and saw how that went up against each other, because I think it was Mr. Polkadad, I want to say his name is, or something like that, suggested that we do that matchup. So I like to give my viewers what they want, and I posted that game because of that. But speaking of what my viewers want, I'm going to post deck lists very soon. I know a lot of you have been asking for deck lists, and I know a lot of people just watch my channel for that, and I'm kind of putting out these videos where I just play games, but I am going to post some deck lists soon. I'm going to have a Trevenant Excelgor deck list up. I'm going to have a Yveltal deck list up, and let's see, I may or may not have an Archie Stoys list. I'm not sure there's much I can really change from Jacob Van Wagner's list. Expanded cards don't really give Archie Stoys very much more than it already has, so it's not it's not like much would really change. Anyway, so I don't know if I'm actually going to post a Blastoise list, even though I do think it's a very good deck. I think in the upcoming metagame at like Phoenix Regionals and all the next regional set, basically, I think Archie Stoys is kind of going to be one of those decks to beat. It's going to be maybe even the best deck in the format. I'm not 100% sure, but it seems like it doesn't lose to very much. I mean, it usually beats Yveltal, unless they have text for it. With the right text and enough Articuno, you can beat even Vespiquen Excelgor, which seems like a bad matchup. And it is, but with the right text, you can even beat that. It can beat Trevenant Excelgor if not teched against. Basically, it kind of just beats everything unless you tech against it. So it's kind of amazing. But on the other hand, people very well may tech for it because it, won Worlds. So I think people will also be prepared for it. So it's kind of hard to say, how well the deck will actually do and if it's a good choice or not. But nonetheless, I think it is a deck that people will play, and you should be definitely be prepared for it. I can't get those words out of my mouth. Also, if you didn't know, my Yveltal list on the right does not run Archeops. I don't think Archeops is very good because basically everyone is prepared for it now, so everyone's teching for it, and it really won't do much even when you get it out. I played Archeops in Yveltal at Georgia Regionals about, I don't know, like 3 or 4 months ago. And I got Archeops sometimes, but if you want to get it consistently, you need to dedicate so many cards to making it work that it's just not that great, in my opinion. And then even when you do get it out, a lot of the times your opponents will have text for it. Like, I remember I played against Kyle Sablehouse, and he was playing like a really fast Empoleon deck with Magnezone, I think, which was just awesome. I totally loved that deck. But anyway, even in a matchup where you'd think I would just win every time, if I get Archeops into play, I still lost that matchup because he had Wally and Wobbuffet. So those are two pretty good ways to get around Archeops. And I think Evo Soda might even... Yeah, I'm pretty sure Evo Soda gets around Archeops too. So there's just so many ways you can get around it that it's really not that powerful anymore if people are prepared for it. It's kind of annoying how that works out. Yeah, so in the game here, I'm compressing away some stuff just to thin my deck out, just getting rid of unnecessary cards. My board state isn't that great. I do have some damage on Michael's benched Keldeo, and he's got a 3 energy Mewtwo in the active, so I can probably pull off a knockout on that thing this turn, given I get the right cards for it. Oh, but I attach a dangerous energy, which is pretty gross. Yeah, I was still testing dangerous energy at the time. I now realize that they're horrible. They're not warranted in this deck at all, honestly. I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to figure out in the video here. Oh, I think I was actually considering dark patching onto Darkrai because I could pull off some like weird plays where I do 30 damage to the bench Keldeo twice or something, and then like take a double knockout at some point. But I think I just realized that that's not going to be the optimal way to go about it. So yeah, just end up dark patching to the Yveltal. It's very late. It's like, I don't know how I always record these videos when I'm exhausted. I got up at like 4:30 this morning, and it's like 10 right now. So I guess it's not super late, but it feels super late because I'm so tired. Michael is going to retreat this Mewtwo in a second. He's already retreated for 2 energy once. He's kind of spreading his energy kind of thin. I don't really... Oh, excuse me. I don't really like the way he's doing this because I feel like he might run out of... he may run out of energy if he keeps doing this, putting his Mewtwo out of sight, so you can't really see that, but it does have damage on it, so that's just the only real important thing to note. And my camera is a piece of garbage, so I have to reset it every 10 minutes, and that's why you got that little skip right there. Gonna get rid of Wailord. Not really too useful in this matchup, so I do like that he's discarding that. Interesting fact about Wailord is if you're going against Treven and Excelgor with Archie, you can use Wailord and then attach to it. And because of Water Veil, you can get out of poison and paralysis with that. It's kind of cool. Kind of a good counter to that deck if you need one. In some cases, not all the time. And then Michael's going to set up for like 6. I think he only has 3 cards left in his deck, which is kind of crazy. Resources are probably running pretty low. I've seen him play, I think, at least 3 superiors this game, and he has a lot of energy on this Keldeo in the active. So if he can follow up with another knockout next turn with his other Keldeo, or just anything, he's going to win the game. But basically, I'm just going to do my best to stop that. And I think at this time, I actually am looking at his discard pile and figuring out that he's used... either 3 or 4 of his superior energy retrievals. So yeah, I think I'm feeling pretty good at this point. I'm feeling like because he spread his resources so thin, I am going to be able to probably pull this game off, I think. And dangerous energy actually doing something for once, putting 2 damage on the Keldeo because he did attack it, even though it's completely not worth it because I'm still going to pull off a knockout either way. It didn't matter at all in this case. I think 90% of the time it's not going to matter. Yeah, I don't even know why I would consider anything else besides attaching to this Yveltal and Uvaballing this Keldeo here. I don't see any other reason to do anything else, but I do like putting the Muscle Band somewhere besides this Yveltal because there's no reason for me to have a Muscle Band on this Yveltal. I'm going to knock out anything anyway with it, so I might as well put it somewhere else just in case I want to do some weird plays. So I do put it on the Shaman just in case I decide to use Sky Return at some point. So I do like that play because I think that Sky Return is a good way to get out of dead drawing later in the game. Because that can happen, sometimes if you're playing these really aggressive decks with no real way to, have a good late game. So Shaman actually can, work as a way to get out of that sometimes, which is really nice. And I do think I have like a pretty good amount of double colors left in my deck. I think I've used like one or none. So, for a second I thought I was going to retreat into that Darkrai. That would be awful. But I don't actually plan on using this Darkrai, I don't think. But I am going to Dark Patch onto it just because then on the next turn I have something that has free retreat. So that if this Yveltal gets knocked... Oh, wait, no, that doesn't make sense because if this Yveltal gets knocked out, it's game anyway. So basically I'm just really hoping that Michael does not have a way to knock out this Yveltal or get a superior energy retrieval. So I kind of just got to hope at this point. But... I don't really have to hope for anything if he's used all four, though, because, I mean, I pretty much just win at that point. He's going to have to either Lysander or the Shaman. That's his only way of winning, actually, is Lysandering the Shaman if he does not have any more superior energy retrieval left. So, I guess we will see if he can pull that off. I think it's kind of doubtful, actually. I think he's used a lot of Seekers and a lot of... I think he's used his only Lysander, or at least discarded it. So... Yeah, this is me checking the superior count. I don't know if I know it's 4 yet. I think I might have seen 3. I'm not sure. But we will see. That is just how Archie's plays, though. You kind of... It's kind of hard not to run out of resources with Archie's, it seems like. If you go against a tougher matchup, it can definitely happen sometimes. Excuse me. I have to be up at like 5:30 a.m. tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing recording this video at this time. You guys, I just sacrifice for you guys all day. That's what I do. Except not really. But yeah, I'm hoping to get more content out. I'm trying to post more than I used to, as you can probably tell, because I'm uploading a lot more than once a week now, like 2 or 3 times a week now. So yeah. I think Michael just looks at the one card left in his deck. It doesn't really matter that he only has one card left in his deck, though, because if he doesn't win this turn or next turn, he's just going to lose anyway. So, yeah, he's just going to fail search that Ultra Ball, quite obviously. And then look at his discard pile. I don't know why, though. There's no reason to. I mean, you know what's in your deck. Oh, just to play the end. Okay, I see. He's got like no card left in his deck. Like 4 or something, like 3 maybe. It's kind of ridiculous. I cut. I still cut. You always gotta cut. Not really. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna win this game. It seems pretty hard for Michael to pull this one off at this point. But who knows? You never know what's going to happen. I remember one time I was sure I was going to win a game. I was playing Toadgarb against Fairies, and I loaded up a Mewtwo with like 8 energy on it or something, and I was just X-balling. And all I had to do was X-ball like one more time to win. And I didn't think my opponent played Mewtwo, but what happened is they played Megaphone and got rid of my Floatstone on my Garbodor, and then moved all of their energy onto Mewtwo and knocked out my Mewtwo. And then I just lost. So, I mean, completely unrelated, but Stefan Tobacco, why do you gotta do this to me? And he knocked me out of Top Cut. I would have made Cut of that Cities too if he didn't do it. But yeah, that was a really weird time actually. I don't know if I made a video about this, but I had this Seismitoad Garbodor list with 2 Plasma Curum, I want to say, and like 6 Water Energy. And it was amazing against Donphan. Like really, really good against Donphan. Because just Water Energy and Curum just kind of beat Donphan. So that was really cool, because Donphan was pretty big at the time. So for that reason, it was cool. But like against a bunch of other stuff, it was really iffy. And Michael just shows me as a hand and tells me that I've pretty much got this one, so anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Like if you like the video, comment if you want to tell me something, and subscribe for more. I think I'm going to have the third video up later this week, and then I'll have another deck list up later this week as well, I think. So, yeah.